I'm sorry, guys. After seeing this news, I'm gonna need at least a couple of shots.
2 shots of vodka.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Happy here, bringing you the latest and most up-to-date information about Final Fantasy XV. Ah, man, yeah, I was afraid that this day was gonna come. I was afraid that this day was gonna be here. Let's just go over it, man. My least favorite thing about Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XIII and all those Final Fantasies has been the skill tree. Yeah, that's something that I'm not too fond of. I like more games like Final Fantasy VII, 8, 9, you know, where you just level up and the skills that you get, you will either get through materia or you will find it in the world or things like that. You know, that's a lot easier for me. Right now, Final Fantasy XV has implemented something called Ascension. This thing, Ascension, is essentially a skill tree where you will go use your AP to get skills. I am not too crazy about this. I don't know about you guys, but I am never too crazy about things like this. Especially that this time, like in games like Final Fantasy XIII and Final Fantasy X, everybody will get their own separate AP. Right now in Final Fantasy XV, it looks like everybody shares a pool of AP. So if you use 29 AP on Noctis, that will take 29 AP away from your pool, and that is not something good because I mean each character levels up differently. I understand that, but that will really suck just because it will take you so long just to get so much AP on each individual character just to be able to do simple things like dodge, area attack, as you can see right here, or do simple things like that. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave this for you guys. This is the rest of the trailer. It has to do with magic, it has to do with skill ascension, it has to do with weapons, okay? Enjoy this. If you do like this, hit that like button, it helps out the channel. Share this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Also, let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about the skill tree? Is it something that you're okay with, or is it something that really like you're not into, like myself? Okay, again, enjoy the trailer.
Each of the characters, and how much can you make them sort of the same?
Wow, I mean, as in what, different characters or?
So I noticed each of them has their own grid here that they can fill out. Yep. Is it the same base grid for each of the 4 characters?
No, it is different. For example, for Gladio, you would have things that would be, because he's like a shield in the whole team, so you might want to activate the equip shield. So for secondary weapons, you cannot equip the shield if you do not activate this. And Ignis has something like healing properties and even can analyze, can even cast Libra for you.
Fantastic.
If you want to, yeah. So yeah, we have various skill tree for the whole thing. This is still in its, it's still not in the final state yet. I would like to have Tabby to explain how we're going to improve from now on.
これがどう変わるかという。そうだね。まあ今カズが言ったように。いろんな能力を強化することができる。なんだろう、能力というよりもカテゴリーがいろいろあるんだよね。アクションとか、RPG ライクとか、そして仲間を強化する、マジックを強化する、いろんなものがあるので、自分がどういう能力をマネジメントしているのかがもうちょっと分かりやすい画面にアップグレードする予定です。
Like Haas was explaining earlier, there's different categories of these nodes that you could activate. So whether it's like more action-based or more magic-based or more typical RPG-based, what we're going to do is improve the system so it's a little bit easier to see what kind of character you're building each of the 4 guys into.
Great. And so how much of this are you able to predict ahead? Like, I know sometimes when I was building in 10, for example, in the sphere grid, I kind of didn't know where I was going to end up. And so how am I going to inform my decision-making?
Right. So again, you can play the game strategically, or you can play the game action-orientedly. You know, so there are many ways to play the game. So try your best to activate the skills that would support your gameplay style.
So you go straight for your play style. If I want to be in there dodging and stuff, I can go right up that tree.
Exactly. For example, Ryo here, he would just activate all Noctis' skill, right?
Yeah, the one thing with the AP, the ability points, it's a shared pool among all 4.
Yep.
So you don't have 59 just for Noctis, you don't have 59 just for Gladio. You have to use all 59 between all 4 characters.
Oh,
so
wow.
like me, what I did was I activated as many of Noctis' nodes as I could, but then that made the other party members not as skillful in terms of what they have equipped. So later on, that might become a bottleneck for you.
Honestly,
so
that's a bold Final Fantasy choice. I don't always feel guaranteed that I'm going to have all 4 of my heroes at the end of the show. So we'll see how that works out for you. But I think one of the other things that, we're talking about combat here. We're talking about building a tree based around combat. And the other half of that is weapons. So talk to us about weapons, and then we'll get into kind of how the grid and the weapons complement each other.
All right, sure thing. So let's go to the weapons. Here we have, obviously, in any Final Fantasy, you will have the equipment menu, right? For here, we have gear. So as we mentioned just now, there's a way to equip Gladio's secondary arm, for example. So if you have the equipped shield link on, then you'll be able to equip the shield. As for Noctis, we can actually equip almost all the weapons.
Huh.
Yep. So
He's got an unfair advantage.
How do you do that?
He's the prince. He's the prince.
well, he's the prince, so he's all powerful. And here we have upgradable weapons. If you notice, the engine blade has a plus sign beside it. That means it's upgradable. So we even have some machines here as well called the Bioblaster or the Auto Crossbow. Those are also upgradable as well. So I'm going to equip myself with the engine blade for now. Also, throughout the main story, you'll have to collect these royal arms. I'm not going to spoil as to why you need to collect them. But these royal arms are very, very powerful. Sometimes when you attack, it will consume MP. So I'm just going to equip 2 of them right now and show you how different they are. Okay, hold on. So one more, the Axe of the Conqueror.
All right.
All right, so let's get into battle. Oh God, there's a strong Garula there. Okay. I'll
You
try
can do
my
it,
best.
Has. You can do it.
普通のシフトを見せようか。
Show us your true power.
We're going to show you some warp strike.
Yes.
ability.
ラップストライク。
So Warp Strike is a very simple thing to pull off. All you need to do is just press the Y button and you just warp there to attack the enemy. And you just warp out again and then come back in and then warp again, right? So
I have to say, every time you see combat in this game, it looks so much fun.
It is fun.
thank you very much. And if I were to equip the Sword of the Wise just now, so if I were to warp, strike, then it will consume some of the MP, as you can see. However, whoa. But if I were to do a warp strike on this axe, it will perform a different attack, as you can see right there.
So different weapons have different kind of effects, and warp strike differs depending on what weapon you're equipping. So
Yep.
So-
But
A lot of
be
variety.
careful though, because if you use it too much, then you'll be in stasis mode and you will run out of MP. So, yep, be careful.
So my question is, a lot of times some games get away with just upgrading the weapons or just upgrading your personal stats and picking up weapons as you go. Do I have to keep the same weapons here and to work on them and improve them as I go? Or are there going to be lots of opportunities to kind of pick up new stuff or change out between battles?
Definitely a lot of opportunities because there are so many weapons in the game and you even have the royal arms as well. So don't just stick to one. Collect all of them and try to equip the ones that suit your battle style the most.
That's fantastic. And what have you chosen personally as your battle style, Hassan?
Oh, my battle style? I like to show off.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I usually like to choose the nodes in the skill tree that have more visual impact. Like for example, there's one that you can actually dodge and it will create a shadow of yourself. So that is very, very flashy. So I kind of like that kind of gameplay.
Tabby, as the director, what kind of style do you play?
マジック。
Magic?
マジック使ってみよう。
Magic ka.
I'm a caster too. That's my preference.
see if we can quickly equip a magic here.
Yep.
マジックもクラフティングできるんだよ。
And you can
Yeah,
actually craft magic too. So it's actually a unique system.
ファイヤー、ファイヤー。
We could
fire?
infuse very different elements. Like you have fire, you have ice, you have lightning. You can infuse them actually together to create hybrids as well, which is the first time where we've done something like that in
Yep.
Final Fantasy. So
For example, if you mix a potion, then you cast a heal cast. Or you can do a tri-cast, which casts it 3 times. So let me do that really quickly. And equip. So I'm just going to put it right there. Okay. Go to tri-cast. Okay. Now we're ready.
Okay.
All right, I'm
Alright.
ready.
Okay, let's hope I do this right.
all right.
Bam.
Oh, wow!
Yep. So you can see the burn part of the Garula right there. Because it affects the environment as well.
Now we're talking about magic here, and we're talking about battles. Can we talk a little bit about summons?
Oh, I let my boss say it. Yep. じゃあ、召喚は何か言えるんですか？召喚獣。
召喚獣はね、
はい。
まあ FF の有名な召喚獣は多分いると思う。なんか一体出てほしいの言ってよ。
Is there one that you like in particular?
I mean, I always get Ifrit really early, and he kind of is with me the whole time, so I feel like they're flashier summons, they're cooler summons, but he's the one that I kind of, he's my starter. So how's Ifrit doing?
それは期待してくれていいと思うよ。
You can look forward to Ifrit.
I'm very excited.